Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited for two reasons. One, we have the official patch notes here and there's a lot to cover. And we've already covered a lot here on the channel. If you missed anything, check out the links down in the description down below. We got the full videos and we're showcasing everything. Some things we're going to kind of not necessarily gloss over, but if I've covered them in a video, I'm going to mention them here. And of course, if you want this link, it's in the description down below at the very top as well. Also, some other notes is I'm feeling much better. You probably hear it in my voice. I feel a lot more alive. I never really noticed how sick I was. I got medication. The next couple days, I'm going to feel better. If you hear my voice, it's still a little raspy, still little issues here and there, but nonetheless, we are on that path to recovery, and I am pumped and I'm excited. So let's get into it. Let's talk about these patch notes. So one of the first things here is breakout rewards. Every 2 weeks, a new legend becomes free to play for the rest of the season. Each legend will have a set of challenges to permanently unlock that tier or that legend. Complete all breakout reward challenges before the season ends to unlock more rewards like the reactive top tier flatline and legendary runaway renegade wraith. Check out the full breakdown. They have that there on what that is, but again, legends being free. If you're new to the game, you're coming back and you don't have all the legends, it's going to be great for you. The map out rotation, I know we didn't have this information before, but here it is. The map's going to be available for trios and duos for the season are going to be Olympus, Storm Point, and World's Edge. The great map rotation. I think it's fantastic. I love that a lot. Performance mode 120 Hz. On PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series X, the video settings menu has a new performance mode option that's available if you have a 120 Hz display. This option targets 120 FPS performance, so console players. There's a note here, it says, with content optimizations and reductions to visual quality. I don't know what that means and how much of the visual quality we're losing. I assume we all want to play on low settings anyways because that's what we do on PC, so I don't necessarily think you're going to be upset about this. There is one thing you probably will be upset about. I saw a developer mention that aim assist is going to be dropped to 0.4 versus 0.6. I don't know the validity of that. I'm just highlighting it here. Let me know what your testing feels like, if it is placebo, if they do go forward with that change. It's a tweet and I don't see it here in the patch notes, so if it's not here in the patch notes, I kind of question it, so that's why I'm only mentioning it here. Okay, that was a rumor. It was talked about on Saturday, so I'm just, you know, hey, the warning, disclaimer. Crafting. So we talked about crafting before. So crafting is being completely changed. I almost want to say a lot of it's removed. That's why I put removed in my title of my video, because the way it works is that you don't get crafting materials. You're just going to one crafting station, and you essentially get a shield battery, medkit, ammo, or player banner. Once you use it, that's it. You're done. One per person. You're done. A decreasing interaction time though, and it pops out much faster. It's really fast. If you see a replicator hop in later and you want to grab a bat and it's outside and you're nervous about how fast it's going to take, it's going to be much faster now. You don't even have to worry about like, oh, I don't have materials or anything. No worries. Just go out there, go print out whatever you need to do, and it's super easy. It's nice, and they have a new fancy paint job on it. So I think the system is overall great. I think it's going to streamline things. I know somebody mentioned on Saturday's stream, I have a concern, are there going to be more heals? I mean, listen, it's going to be faster to get heals. Go rotate, go what you need to do, go fight, go do placement, go, if you're worried about healing, go run a supply character, you know, to get you more supplies, or run Loba or something, and then I think you'll be in a much better spot. This was a good question somebody had on Saturday as well. World's Edge, Ramparts, Big Maude, what does this mean? So what they are changing here is that the guns are going to spawn out over time. You can use Loba to also steal a second gun, but only one gun per player. They're also removing the gold kitted weapons that are offered at Big Maude, which makes sense because you're not using crafting materials, and so there's no loss. So that's a justifiable change in my opinion. Legend upgrades. So this is obviously what we use for the theme, the screenshot here. I really like this because Mad Maggie, she's gonna go crazy this season. So honestly, I think a lot of legends like Fuse and all of them will as well. They're introducing legend perks. So how this works, we have videos in the description down below, but how this is going to work is that when you get to blue armor, then you're going to level up to level 2, which gives you 2 options. So this is level 2 upgrades as an example here. You know, like if we went to Ash, you know, you get option 1 or option 2. Now, when you get to purple armor, you get another set of upgrades. Now, keep in mind, this is 4 perks that you can choose from across the board. So meaning that there's 100 changes that they made to this game, 100 changes. This is a lot even for me. Now, I think it's still important that you check this out, even if you watch my video and you click on this link, because they changed some of the verbiage. Now, some of them that were a little confusing, like one of them is percentage based and one of them seconds based. I know I got some feedback in the video that I mixed this up here and there. It was confusing. I think we all gave this feedback to the devs. Now, some of it still remains the same. An example, if you go to my video, the cooldown reduction was listed as a percentage. Here it says by 30 seconds, and the tactical cooldown was reduced by 5 seconds. Now, there are some legend nerfs and buffs that we're going to list down below that I had no idea even existed. So we're going to discuss those. Now, keep in mind, when we playtest earlier, and then we showcase early footage, and things are subject to change, and we don't get patch notes. Now, I think overall the things are relatively the same across the board, and the expectation on each of these, you know, legends. I covered it in great detail down below, but again, I still encourage you to click on this and review it so you see the text here. I think that some of the text has been slightly altered based on seconds and percentage, and based on some of the feedback. Like, I want to see Bloodhound. What did they put for Bloodhound? Double the duration of tactical full body highlights. So that's still the same. I know whenever I did it in the test range, it didn't look super clear. So I'm just going to have to take that for face value, and we'll see. But it's here. Check it out. Sorry for spending a little bit too much time on it. There's just a lot of information here. This is a lot, guys. This is a lot of changes. And let me put a little disclaimer here, okay? The new system, I'm all for it, and I love this. I love the way it felt. But just like the new rank changes, I gave a warning beforehand. This is going to change the way the game feels. It's going to take a little bit of time before everyone seeps into the meta, okay? I think it's a very positive change. I don't know if it's going to be an offensive or defensive meta. These are my own opinions and my feelings towards it, but I do think that this is a step in the right direction for the way the game needs to feel, okay? That's my opinion. I do think that things are going to be a little busted. There'll probably be some perks that don't work. There's a lot of changes here, a lot of changes. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be a nightmare like the prior rank system. I think this is in a much better spot. I think this feels a lot healthier and is a lot of fun to play. So that's my perspective. If you guys don't care, then I guess that was my 2 cents. All right, so patch notes, we continue on. So again, links in the description, so it doesn't feel like I'm skipping over that. I don't want somebody to comment, but Dash, how come you skipped over the legend? I've covered it. Please click the link down in the description for the video and for the full notes. Patch notes: added tags 3 to 4 character piece, and they remove clubs. So you can still have your little flare tags to hang out with your friends, but clubs are being retired. I think this is fine. My 2 cents on this is that we all use Discord. We all use other means anyways. So what's the point of using this? I think that it causes more problems than it does good, in my opinion. So I don't see the negative of removing this. I feel like if you built out a social system in Apex, it's only going to cause drama, and people cause drama. So just let that happen in Discord and keep out of the game, in my opinion. But I do think they could have taken it to that level, but then Apex sort of became a social like platform, social media platform, and I don't think that is a good idea, in my opinion. Hey, that's one man's opinion. It doesn't matter too much. It's just my hot take. If somebody will disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. Now, we already discussed crafting, but it's broken down here again. I'm not really sure why. Every game will start with 12 spawned, so just see any other additional notes. Big Maude we've already discussed, and inventory will now be accessed from the crafting menu. And there's no other changes here besides what we covered, so let's move on. Care package weapon rotation. EVA 8 enters a care package. Prowler returns to the floor loot. So I want to highlight here that the reason why I didn't mention the Prowler going to the floor is because when I was in the test range, it was still in the care package section. So I didn't get to test those numbers. The EVA 8 enters the care package, though. The gold weapons on rotation are the R301, RE45, Massive, Devotion, and 3030. The weapon attachments. So the 3030 has been, nerfed. This is pretty sizable. Damage base reduced to 39 was 42. Now, if this is different from the video, just understand that that was an earlier playtest. Ammo capacity, base ammo unchanged, which is 6. The white magazine, though, has been reduced to 7. The blue magazine has been reduced to 8. And the purple and gold was reduced to 10. The skull piercer headshot multiplier reduced to 2.0 instead of 2.1. The dual shell removed has a hop up, has been, it was integrated before, is now only going to reload 1. It's been removed. Marksman stock reload has now been normalized with other snipers, and the reloading 3 shells in a row now increases reload speed by 20% for the remainder of the reload. It's like to compensate, because it does take a while if you're reloading from like absolutely nothing, but you gotta actually reload for quite a bit before you get back in the fight. Now, the EVA, this is interesting because the damage was reduced. You were like saying, huh? I'm with you. But the fire rate was increased, but the recoil also has been adjusted for the faster rate of fire, and the hammer point 20% damage increase against flesh, which is the damage improved here. I would say the EVA 8 is better once you do a little damage, because then that hammer point is going to kick in, and it's going to melt people once they're flesh. They're dead. The gold bolt shells reload on slide increase to 2 was 1. This only affects the care package EVA 8. Hemlock was nerfed. It was damage reduced to 20, was 21. Hipfire spread increased. The spread delay increased to 0.28. It was 0.21. So even more spread delay. So that sucks. L-Star can no longer equip barrel attachments. That kind of sucks. Prowler reverted to non-care package version. So it's just the old version. Decreased to 15. Select fire was removed. Didn't expect that to stay. Burst delay increased to 0.28. Spread delay increased to 0.28. Yeah, so that's just old Prowler. The R99 keeps getting shoved into the ground. It is buried. And my gosh, ADS vertical and horizontal recoil increased. Wow. So the R301, I want to point out here, ladies and gentlemen, that it was buffed. I had no idea how it was buffed. I was told it was buffed. And here it is. The hipfire spread reduced. This is going to make a little more sense in a minute, okay? It will. I promise you. I promise you. And when we play test, we are told about some changes, but keep in mind, nothing's official. Because the patch notes, when I see these for the first time too. So I'm with you on this. And this is because this is what's official. Maybe they play test and realize, hey, wait a minute, that doesn't work, right? So SMG ballistics, gravity increased across all SMGs. Wow, they're nerfing, ooh, Jesus, they're nerfing SMGs like crazy. Projectile launch speed reduced across most SMGs, but the Prowler's unchanged. That's an interesting one. The digital threat can no longer be equipped to SMGs. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this change. I saw it in leaks, but I had no, even I play tested. I didn't even know that happened. Spawn rate reduced by 20%, probably because I couldn't find one. Laser sights also have been nerfed. Light laser sight adjusted to 0.9 was 0.8. Blue laser sights adjusted to 0.8, and purple laser sights adjusted to 0.7. Wow. You probably hear me say, wow, 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 wow. So, okay, so this is interesting because this is why I say that the R301 hipfire spread reduced. This is going to be an AR meta, guys. We're gonna leave the SMG meta and we're going AR meta, which means that controller has kind of been officially nerfed in a way, because I mean that's where controller with aim assist found its strengths, right? I think that M&K with longer distance and then shotgun meta seems to be coming back in a hard way, in my opinion. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. So heavy rig legends, Gibraltar, Caustic, Pathfinder, Newcastle, and Revenant now use medium rig first person movement animations. So they're going to look like they're moving faster. Now keep in mind the speeds have not changed. All of them have always run the same. Okay. They always have. It's like that one meme where you see the space astronauts, always has been, but the actual game speeds have not been changed. So you're going to feel less sluggish. So maybe your movement might feel a lot better. Support legends, they changes the extended supply bins. We will discuss those contents in a second. Ballistic has been buffed. Sling weapons now at least have wide attachments while equipped, which is nice. Tempest effect radius for ally range has been increased to 90 meters. Was there too? What? 90 meters? Good God. Wow. That is a massive buff. Jeez, like what? Okay. 90 meters, man. You could, what? That seems a little excessive. Okay. Bloodhound Tracker Raven's Skids ult charge is now gated behind the Hunting Ravens upgrade. Oh, that's like a nerf. But then it's in the perks. Okay, this is going to be a common trend, okay? When we read these patch notes, you're going to notice that they nerf some of it. I wonder, is it going to be, I wonder how much of this was during the playtest that we showed and how much is going to be after the fact. So Catalyst Dark Veil lifetime decreased to 15 seconds, was 25 seconds. Now keep in mind, in the perk, you can also increase its duration, and you can also increase its length. Size does matter, ladies and gentlemen. Well, maybe here, maybe it doesn't. Sometimes duration matters. It's what you do, what matters with it most. Length decreased to 40 meters, was 55 meters. So that's interesting. Essentially, you can change this nerf in the perks. Now, Conduit, ladies and gentlemen, has been nerfed. If you're not a fan of Conduit, well, here it is. Radiant Flash. Cooldown increased to 26 seconds, was 21. That does make a big difference, believe it or not, in a fight. Temporary shield regeneration rate decreased. I repeat that again, decreased to 15 HPS versus 20. So that is pretty sizable. Temporary shield regeneration time increased to 9 seconds, was 8. So there's a little more time, meaning that it will heal a little more, but I mean, that's still sizable. I mean, there was a little bit of give off there, but not a whole lot. Energy Barricade, mine duration reduced to 45 seconds. It was 60. Wow, that's pretty sizable too. Mine HP reduced to 200 HP, was 250. That's also pretty sizable because you could hide behind them. The distance at which mines are removed when deployed too close to one another has been increased by 100%. Wow. So in buildings, like, that's kind of crazy. I guess that makes the perk of increasing their radius by 10% help, but that kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to test that. That sucks. Crypto surveillance drone, speed of drone recall has been slightly increased. Okay, why? Speed of drone recall has been slightly increased slightly. I guess because of the perk. Transition going in and out of drone are now faster. Okay, fine. Horizon gravity lift cooldown to 25 seconds was 20. It's weird because this is hidden in a perk, so it's like you can revert that. In modes with upgrade cores enabled, Lifeline Care Package now has 50-50 chance to drop an extra piece of smart equipment versus large consumable instead of an armor. Okay, Mad Maggie, this is interesting. Mad Maggie Wrecking Ball will no longer be destroyed on first enemy hit. Instead, the Wrecking Ball will trigger an explosion, then keep going, allowing for a second explosion to trigger after. I thought this was a bug. I think I even said it. I was like, this is crazy. I thought it was a bug. Wow, okay. The same player cannot be hit again by the ball for 2 seconds after first impact, so you got to make sure it hits somebody else. Player can only be affected by the shell shock and knockback effects once. That's good. It's not, you're just not getting spammed. Will now bounce through devices it hits and destroys. Interesting. Octane got a slight buff, I guess. The jump pad audio fall off of double jump has been adjusted to be slightly less audible from long distances. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, people who are annoyed by jump pads, like, surprising you, people are going to be annoyed by it, but I guess it is a buff to Octane. Pathfinder Insider Knowledge. You guys asked about this on stream. I didn't have an answer for it. Scanning care packages now rewards 50% ult charge was 100%, and ult's 15-second ult cooldown was 10 seconds. This applies to ring console survey beacon scans. I guess kind of makes sense because you can scan those, so I guess that makes sense because you can do both, so then you get 100%. I guess, sure. Map update. So overall, they changed the feel. They have like this anniversary event. They changed the color scheme a bit on bins. They have like, the big balloons everywhere. I'm sure there's a giant Nessie, which I think I saw. They also changed the museum to kind of showcase and honors the history of the Outlands and origin of the Apex games. Now, this is one thing I didn't get to play, which is a Thunderdome. It's going to be in TDM, Gun Run, and Control. You get to have the crowd in the background, immerse yourself in the action of a focused 3-lane multiplayer map designed for fast-paced gameplay. I can't talk. Okay, we're good. Modes, mixtape, update loadouts to reflect weapon meta changes. Example, gun run move, charge rifle, add a crate. That's kind of crazy. Okay, new LTM straight shot. So we have gameplay on this, and we're going to highlight how the gameplay essentially works in just a couple of sentences here. If not, you can watch my video on it. I even showcase it. You land in, there's no jump master, and 2 squads land next to each other on a hot POI. All the weapons are already kitted. You don't have to go look for attachments or anything. Maybe you just find a better one that has purple attachments versus blue versus white. The lobby was reduced to 30 and even shorter rounds. You re-queue if you want with your team, and it's directly from the death screen. You just go right back in. Now, the reason for the lower lobby count is that people are contesting off drop, and it gets really chaotic, and you'd be surprised in how streamlined it feels. And we were in lobbies were like only 6-7 squads, and it was pretty crazy. It was a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend checking that out. Ranked. A lot of changes to ranked. The overall theme here is we're going back. We're going back, ladies and gentlemen. Level 20 requirement is now 20 instead of 50. My concern here is cheaters, but hey, what do I know? Player rankings are now visible, so that's back. Yeah. Promotional trials have been removed. Yeah. Promotion matches have been removed. Yeah. Ranked hero RP requirements will have some increases. RP value has been used, or RP value will be used to matchmake for full pre-made stacks. The highest RP value in the squad will be used, so it's important to kind of highlight there. Blitz are returning. You're starting at 1 RP at the beginning of the season, but later will be dropped into a 6 split division. Updated bonuses. Challenger bonus. Earn a 50% bonus on elimination of a higher ranked player that was contributed to. Top 5 streak bonus. For maintaining streaks, you get more RP. An example, 2-match streak, 10 RP. 3-match streak, 20 RP. 4-match streak, 30 RP. 5-match streak, 40 RP. And so forth and so forth. But it stops there. Okay, so the supply bins are what we want to talk about. They more reliably give heat shields. They now give smart gear, upgrades for knockdown, helmets, backpacks, and a hidden shelf. Small chance of granting purple gear if a player on a squad has white gear or none at all. Small chances of granting gold gear if the entire squad has purple gear. That's interesting. Wow, definitely makes it a lot more viable. And a higher likelihood of getting medkits over syringes. This is big. Ring exploit prevention. Players spending too much time outside the ring will be warned and then eliminated. Hey, that means all you cheaters out there trying to, camp the ring. No more camping the ring. It's not allowed. It's listed here. It's listed here. It's called an exploit. No more healing outside of rings, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty big. And no more spending too much time at a ring as well. None of this like, I'm going to go drive around for 16 years on a Trident. I'll go play low bit of Lifeline. I'll go heal outside of a ring. And you're probably, I bet you there's going to be the people watching. They'd be like, Dez, it's just a way to play the game and play more smart and efficiently. Listen, it's listed here as a ring exploit, meaning that is not the way the game is supposed to be intended. Pretty crazy, huh? I bet I'm gonna get some sort of comment. Somebody's gonna bash me and be like, but I'm gonna be like, but chat, but comments, but internet, look. Okay, I'm done. I was just tired of the people healing outside of zone. It got crazy. At one point, people were healing outside of zone until like the very end. I was like, dude, how is that even fair? Anyways, moving on. I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay, bug fixes. Double clicking the melee tab now equips items. Firing range dummies no longer clip their doors. Heat shields and legend ultimates can no longer be placed on Trident. So that's important there. So the healing outside of zone, spending time outside of zone, you know, that kind of stuff. In-match challenge display now lists all 5 challenges. Players created pings can now be removed. Valkyrie can no longer get under the turbine on Olympus, and can no longer teleport into building overlooking the fight night ring at Trident. I didn't even know that was a thing. Audio, it's not being fixed. Five seasons from now, the audio will be fixed. Okay, that's just the way it is. There's no audio fixes, but there are some listed here. You can see them. Graphics, DX12 PC fixed several crashes. Legends, Loba ult, Watson ult, Rampart tactical, Ash tactical, or ultimate can no longer be placed out of bounds. Conduit tac now appears for observers. I didn't even know that didn't. Interesting. Maggie's ult now destroys Gibby tactical. Mirage decoys that are now destroyed by Catalyst no longer keep the trap active. Okay, that's fine. Quality of life, destructible legend abilities have consistent feedback. Objects which previously showed red flesh numbers will now show gray. Thank you, that's nice. Increased visibility for gray damage numbers. Firing range, Nessie has now had a makeover. Their yellow and purple polka dots, they look quite dashing. Gun run, change the victory squad notification. You are the champion instead of the team as a champion. Interesting. Per optic sensitivity for Seer. I'm going to add my note here because I would like the irons versus the HCOGs and 1Xs to also have a change here, but they did it for Seer, so I guess there you go. Performance mode aim assist. Ah, there it is. Performance mode aim assist has been tuned to feel similar to 60 Hz mode. Does that mean a nerf? What does that mean? To feel similar, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. I like what? Okay, whatever. Added advanced haptics and adaptive triggers to support PlayStation and PC controls. If you encounter an issue, please ensure to connect the controller via USB and completely up. I still don't know what the performance mode. I'm not on that. That one confuses me. So are we going to 0.4? Like somebody, console players, comment down below. What the heck? Navigation, event tab. So they're just changing the tabs here, okay? Graphics, they changed some of the improved overall VFX, improved lower res rendering quality, so forth, optimizations. Hopefully you run your game, hopefully the new season launches, and you're not crashing or some other stuff. Hey, let me just put the caveat here. This is the end of the road for the patch notes. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Season 20 looks fantastic. Now, remember, there's a whole new perk system, meaning that the balance and the meta is going to be all over the place. It's okay. I think that the quality of the game is going to improve. I think that we've got steps in the right directions. We got old ranked. We got 120 FPS. We got balance changes, weapons changes. We got quality, like across the board, the game feels better. We're going back to an old rank system. They're listening. Things are positive. This is great. This is fantastic. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Everything is looking like roses, ladies and gentlemen. So guys, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe I'm just overhyped. I was already hyped about season 19, thinking it was a step in the right direction. Call me crazy, but I thought season 19 was great. And again, it had a lot of flaws, okay? It had a lot of problems, but season 20, ending the video right there.